I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow.
You look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd.
Pressure is your best enemy. Spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack. You just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday night and we are kicking the new year off in Buffalo, New York with the very first SmackDown show, the very first SmackDown Security Detail, of course hosted by yours truly, Chris Best. We are taking a look at what took place last Friday with Drew McIntyre demanding that the match next Friday against Cody Rhodes be a 3 stages of hell. Now, already I believe this week we are going to find out what those 3 stages exactly are. Gotta wipe down my glasses here, guys. Yeah, we are in it for the long haul again as SmackDown is returning to the 3-hour format. And I cannot wait to see what we got tonight, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm sending a message out right now. But we are looking, like I said, we were looking at last week. And we've got Drew laid out there. Let's, Cody's going to be in the building tonight. Who else is going to be in the building tonight? Of course, we've got Alexa and Charlotte in an 8-woman tag match tonight. That's right, Rhea and Io teaming up with them two to take on Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and the Kabuki Warriors. This is going to be one heck of a 8-woman tag team matchup. And there's the Kabuki Warriors themselves. Tonight. Oh, there's a change. I was not made aware of this, but Damien Priest and Aleister Black competing in an ambulance match tonight. I said last week that this match needed a step, so. And of course, we've got Corey Graves and Michael Cole going to be doing the commentary over on SmackDown, as there has been a announcer shakeup, as was reported on Turnbuckle Talk. And we got the Miz in the cutting everything off with a promo here. What do we got? Let's see what's going to happen here. Why do I feel like this Miz promo is building to a return of some kind? Well, I was right on that. A return has taken place, guys. Randy Orton is back on our screen, making his way out to the ring for his matchup. Well, not for his matchup. He's not having a match. He's dressed in buffalo. He's dressed in a Buffalo Sabres t-shirt with Randy's signature RKO stuff on there. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry about that. Coming out to confront the Miz right now. Do I think that this is going to lead to a match? I don't think it's going to lead to a match at the Royal Rumble, though. It's going to lead to a match, I think, at Saturday night's main event. And I'd be okay with that. I really would. Oh, he teases the RKO and hugging he's got his hands on the Miz. He's talking to the Miz. Randy Orton is milking the crowd reaction for his return. Welcome back, Mr. Randall Keith Orton. And the crowd certainly seems to have missed Randy Orton here, as they are giving him his props, as they really should be. I mean, Randy Orton is oh geez, I've lost count with how many championships he's held. But I know he's a former world heavyweight champion. I was there at SummerSlam when he won his first championship, or his first world heavyweight title, I should say, because his first championship was actually the Intercontinental title. Randy's got himself the microphone. Let's listen in. Well, Miz saying that, like, hey, we are the leaders, we are the faces of the WWE, we together could be Miz KO. Randy's like, I don't have no volume. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, it's because we had a promo to start off, Carl, and yeah, and it was the Miz rambling his mouth off as he usually does, and I just couldn't find a time to jump in, but yeah. Anyways, the Kabuki Warriors are in the locker room right now. Let's check out what they've got to say with Nia Jax and Lash Legend here. But I'd also like to take the time to welcome everybody who is, excuse me, who is joining us over on the Kick side of things right now. Apologize for the late stuff. We just had some technical issues that we needed to work through. And right now, saying the Miz just because he was just in the ring right now, but Lash Legend and Nia Jax are talking with the Kabuki Warriors right now in the locker room about the 8-woman tag match that is to come a little later on tonight. A little later tonight, I guess, is right now. The 8-woman tag is on its way as Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are making their way to the ring right now. Charlotte and Alexa will be not that far behind here. As right now we are getting a commercial for the for WrestleMania, the women's version of the ad here once again here. April 18th and April 19th, and I can guarantee you there will be a PLE patrol for both of those nights as we're looking at the Will Be Right Back screen with the Royal Rumble. That'll be coming up on Saturday, January 31st, and there will be a PLE patrol for that one as well. There's going to be a lot of PLE patrols actually coming up with Saturday night's main event on its way. And the Royal Rumble. WrestleMania season is going to be a very, very busy season for us, as it always is, right here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Um, I'm looking forward to what this 8-woman tag team match, though, could do, or could be like for the women's tag team division as a whole here. Should be a very entertaining one. We got Guillia there. There's the Miz, who just took an RKO here. And I've got one of our extra hosts here, Pepper, here, just sitting here enjoying the show as well. And I hope you guys are all enjoying the show as well, as I am here as well. Um, Randy Orton in that locker room, walking out. There he is, meeting up with Cody Rhodes, guys. Randy Orton just let Cody Rhodes know that once he's once Cody Rhodes is done beating Drew McIntyre in Berlin, Randy Orton is going after the championship. After which we got Nick Aldis walking up and just basically giving a heads up to Cody Rhodes, reminding him that if he were to touch Drew any time before their meeting come next Friday night, Cody will be stripped of that WWE Championship. And the Kabuki Warriors are going to make their way to the ring right now. Lash legend Nia Jax are already in there, as are Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea and Io. Got Bobby Stats coming in saying hello. How's it going, Bobby? Glad to have you here. I'm hitting my mic apparently. Gonna see how this plays out between these 8 women here. And, well, all 8 women gonna start brawling with one another here. You missed the opening promo, Bobby Stats. You missed an opening promo with The Miz and a returning Randy Orton. And there we go with our little Miss Bliss with their, I want to say that's like a floating, like seated senton. Bobby's tie, or yeah, a seated senton of some sort. Bobby Stats, thank you very much for the like over on YouTube. We got Alexa in the ring with Asuka right now on that second rope, and oh, there's Kairi now. This match definitely will have women's tag team title implications on it, as this coming Monday, the Kabuki Warriors will be defending their women's tag team titles against Rhea and Io Sky as well. But as for now, I've got to wonder who takes the win in this match tonight, and I'd like to hear you guys, your comments out there, guys. Bobby Stats saying he wants Lash legend Nia Jax and the Kabuki Warriors to take this one. I could see that happening. Oh, my day was a pretty lazy one, Bobby. It was just relaxing all day, that sort of thing. But right now, I think I think I'm going to agree with you, Bobby, on who could take that on who's going to take the win there. And now Charlotte getting tagged in here. Charlotte going up top. Nia and Lash stumbling around in the ring, taking a cross body. Both women going down here. I think Charlotte's looking for her moonsault. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. And he says he was off thinking of some ideas for his next set of YouTube shorts. And yeah, later on tonight, Drew is going to pick the 3 Stages of Hell for the 3 Stages of Hell match next week. Also tonight, the Women's United States title will be on the line as Giulia will be challenging for the title. Kit Wilson will have himself a mystery opponent tonight as well. Just a random thought about that. What if the mystery opponent was a returning Elton Prince? I think that'd be a funny moment. Kairi just connecting with that insane elbow as Charlotte has the figure 8 lock on. That could very well be it too, Bobby, but I think we do have a few call-ups coming our way in Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans. And Asuka just taking Io down with that kick. Lash Legend making a blind tag there. I don't think Io saw it. But she's going to catch it. Oh! Just decapitated her with that kick. And there it is. Oh! I thought that was going to be it. But as they go to commercial break, guys, we're going to take ourselves a quick commercial break here.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
That's right, guys. If you want to join the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, all you've got to do is go on to turnbucklestudios.org and hit that join button. From there, it's going to bring you to an application which we'd like you to fill out. That application will then be emailed to us, and we will reach out to you and discuss the best course of action for you. That's turnbucklestudios.org. But right now, we've got Lash Legend dominating the matchup right now. Bobby Stats has been impressed with Lash Legend since she joined the main roster on SmackDown. I'm still waiting for that impressive moment for me, Bobby, if I'm being completely honest. She'll get there, but I'm not that impressed just yet. Io's in a lot of trouble right now being in that corner there as Asuka is just taking it to her. Now, I was going to say we had a double team effort, but Io was smart enough to roll out of the way there. And Io fighting to get that tag. And now here comes Mommy. Yeah, Io was looking, or Rhea's looking. Rhea was looking for the riptide, but Nia Jax came in, clothesline her. Charlotte gets in the ring, boots her in the face. Asuka kicks her in return. Now we've got the Sister Abigail being applied here and landed. And now Lash Legend. Action just everywhere going on right now. It's hard to call it right now. And for like a moment there with Kairi jumping off the top ropes, I thought that was Io Sky. I'm like, what is she doing? But now she's about, but yeah, she just took a riptide. Io Sky's going up top. Beautiful moonsault. I think this is going to do it. 1, 2, 3. It's over. So now we've got the storyline with Rhea and Io coming in and coming into the women's tag team title match with a win. Well, we're about to find out who Kit Wilson's opponent is going to be. But I want to talk about what we saw in that locker room. Seems to me that Chelsea Green might be ducking another championship match. I don't think Nick Aldis is going to have. I don't think Nick Aldis. I think Nick Aldis pretty much turned it down. But there was something interesting that happened just seconds before that. Nick Aldis was talking to one Jordan Grace. And it looks to me like Jordan Grace is making a play for which roster she is going to be a part of as well. Because Nick Aldis said, I'd like you to meet possible, keyword there, member of the SmackDown roster. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take ourselves a quick commercial break.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Perish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And look who is back on our screens after a long absence.
I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited to be here. I did see what happened just before this commercial break.
So you saw the whole interaction with Nick Aldis and Jordan Grace,
Yes.
as I was talking about. We don't know what roster she's going to because of what Nick Aldis said to Chelsea Green. Possible SmackDown superstar.
Yes.
You also missed the opening half, too, which also had another return.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And right now, we've got Kit Wilson also hanging out in the ring for a mystery opponent, which I think it's going to be Elton Prince.
Okay.
Now, this was something that Kit Wilson asked for last week on SmackDown.
Right. I have been watching.
Mm-hmm. Drew McIntyre is also going to list out the 3 stages of hell.
Yes.
And I love that they brought the stipulation back that I wanted to see in the WWE again. The no-touch rule until you have your match. And they did that. It's only on Cody Rhodes this time. He cannot touch Drew, and if he does, he loses the title.
Yep.
But that's one of my favorite old stipulations. It always built hype to the match, so that when you see that wrestler finally get their hands on that opponent, you know it's going to be just a knockdown, drag out, I'm going to beat you up brawl.
Yep.
You know, I'm betting that this SmackDown almost didn't happen because of the snowstorm that rolled over Ontario and Buffalo.
Right. That whole huge polar vortex, that tropical winter storm.
Yeah. Because I watched the radar even after it left our area. It did roll over Buffalo.
Yes, it did.
Oh, let's see what Kit Wilson has to say. I mean, he's not wrong on the toxic fan base. Woo, woo.
Holy cow.
You know it, Zack Ryder. Okay, this is better than Kit Wilson, but I would have loved Kit Wilson, and I would have in the scenario I had in my head that I wanted to paint out, that if it was Kit Wilson, we have Kit Wilson come back, they get in the ring, they look like they're about to wrestle each other. Then
Yes.
they just
But-
hug, and we see a reuniting of Pretty Deadly.
But now, did you notice during this entrance, he got the Zack Ryder music, but the Matt Cardona Tron?
So it's Matt Cardona, but using the Zack Ryder song. I think.
Yeah. And you
And
know
I-
what?
well,
I
I
love it. Is Matt Cardona now officially re-signed? We know this makes sense because he is from New York, specifically Long Island.
Yeah, so, but if you look at it this way, if you look at, I'm going to use our province of Ontario as an example, right? If we were at the GFL Gardens and we were watching AEW, and let's say Adam Copeland was on a long rest, which I think he's been away from TV for a while anyways.
Yeah.
But if Adam Copeland showed up at GFL Gardens to have a match in AEW, if AEW came here, our crowd would pop huge for that.
Oh, 100% we will.
So it'd be the same situation in Buffalo, you know. If you're from the state, you're going to be loved regardless.
Yeah.
And the reason I say Adam Copeland, because obviously he's from Ontario, Canada.
Yes, he is. I mean, let's not forget, though, that this man, Matt Cardona, just recently wrestled in Sudbury, Ontario.
Yeah, and let's not forget, too, that the last time he said that he was going to wrestle was only a one-off, but he said that was a one-off for Zack Ryder.
Yes. Has he now signed? Did they bring him back regular?
We'll have to find that out in the coming days.
Or is this still part of the TNA crossover?
Well, as far as I know, he's not even really signed to TNA.
No,
'Cause-
I don't think so. I think he's on a per appearance.
Yeah, he's doing the whole what do they call it in Japan? Freelancing. That's what he's
Yeah.
doing. Okay, I want to point this out right now before we go further with this match, but the gear and the color of Kit Wilson's look is giving me Paul London vibes.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
Paul London used to wear a lot of blue and white during his time in the WWE.
Yep.
But again, I gotta say this because us being football fans, we know how toxic fan bases are. And again, Kit Wilson's not wrong with how toxic the Buffalo fan base is. Because
He's not. I mean,
if you read about some of the horror stories about the fans of Buffalo,
really, yes, you look at Bill's Mafia, but I mean, I'm going to go to hockey, and I mean, you've got, yes, the team struggles, but like they can't fill their own rink unless the Leafs are coming to town, and then they're getting more Leafs fans in Buffalo.
and that's always something I've thought about here. Okay, some years ago, like many years ago, I wanted to move to Toronto to explore one of my college degrees that I have. I say one of because I got two of them. And I thought to myself, like I even looked into like purchasing full season tickets for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I found out that obviously the long waiting list that's there.
Yep.
But then I thought to myself, well, okay, if I want to take in an NHL game, why not buy season tickets for the Sabres?
Yeah.
Because for those that don't know, there is a GO train that goes to Buffalo.
Yes, there is.
But Kit Wilson holding his own against Cardona, and I like it. I like that they're giving Kit Wilson something to do, as he just took a Rough Rider.
Yes, he did.
And 3 counts. So much for what I was just about to say about Kit Wilson. But no, I'm glad that they gave Kit like a little bit of a run. I was fully expecting a full-on squash, and we didn't get that.
No, I wasn't expecting a squash. I was actually expecting Kit to maybe get a lesser opponent and be able to get himself over.
So something like this would have been a fun return to see, but something like a James Ellsworth.
Yeah.
But if it was James Ellsworth, Kit Wilson would still lose, because he would probably get too cocky. Ellsworth rolls him up and wins.
Yeah.
That's what I would see happening there. But right now we got Damien Priest standing in front of the Buffalo Sabres locker room, or maybe in it, and talking about what is now an ambulance match against Damien Priest later on tonight. Or Aleister Black later on tonight.
Yes, I did see a rundown this afternoon on everything that was happening tonight.
I avoided those because a lot of the news sites that I belong to were like, spoiler returns, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't want to read that kind of stuff.
No, there was nothing on spoiler returns.
Yeah, no. All the articles I saw was like match rundown, spoiler returns. You know.
Yeah, the only one that I knew as a spoiler, and it's due to injury. I know who Meechan's replacement is supposed to be tonight against Jade Cargill.
Huh. The ambulance match. Ambulance matches are among my favorite matches.
They can be. I've seen some pretty bad ones, but they can be.
Yeah, well, we've seen what these two can do in a no disqualification match, so we know to expect something decent out of them. Just like you can expect some decent clothing out of us.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, carlcarafel.redbubble.com for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise needs. Support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear, a wide variety of accessories available for you, and all of those proceeds come back into our studios to give you a better experience. To get to carlcarafel.redbubble.com, either just hit the link, type it in, or head over to turnbucklestudios.org for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Meet the team under the host section, get our socials, watch our latest weekly live episodes. Hit the join button, send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, how you think we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and help figure it out. And of course, hit the shop button to go to the aforementioned carlcarafel.redbubble.com to get all your Turnbuckle affiliation program merch. Ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org and carlcarafel.redbubble.com for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
Kind of nice to not read an ad read. Even though I got to do it tomorrow for the Saturday night gaming, which is
right.
Gonna be a very special birthday edition for myself.
Yes, it is. And happy early birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you, thank you. We were looking. You were talking about like how you already know of a possible return that's taking place tonight, and we're looking at the "We'll be right back" screen that we always get on SmackDown, and I thought of one. It's Tiffy time.
It could be.
That's who I. That's one thought, because it was Jade that took her out.
It was. I will say this: Tiffany was not the name I read. So it remains to be seen if they utilize this person in that way tonight.
But the one thing you got to remember, like, even for you viewers out there, take all those rumors that you read about with a grain of salt.
Yes.
And I cannot wait for this Monday's Raw, another huge edition at the Barclays Center, one of my favorite venues to watch wrestling from.
Yep.
Oh, the White Six.
Ooh, intriguing. Very, very cryptic words from Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, and that was done in response to what Solo had said last week about how this thing isn't done, how he doubted the White Six as a family, how he, all that sort of thing. Sami Zayn's on his way out. Huh.
Yes.
We haven't seen Sami Zayn since the 8-man tag. Am I right on that? Since the Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
Was he on SmackDown last week? I can't remember now.
I think he's been in and around SmackDown, but again, we haven't seen him come out to the ring or compete.
I wonder if he's well, I have a thought on what he could be doing out here. Entering himself into the Royal Rumble. Or announcing his intention to challenge Carmelo Hayes for the United States title.
Right?
That's right. He was on Saturday night's main event. I forgot about that. He was out there with his kid watching the show.
Sami Zayn coming out here fired up saying, I am coming for the championship this year. I am coming now.
Trick Williams is making his way out, and here's an interesting note for everybody. Sami Zayn mentioned, like, couldn't figure out why he hasn't been champion, why he hasn't been a champion or a top champion of the whichever brand he's on. To put this into perspective, the last time he won the main championship of a brand was 11 years ago on NXT. But Trick Williams is making his way out there right now. We don't know what brand Trick is going to be a part of either, because he's been doing this whole free agent thing. I'll pick where I'm going to sign kind of deal. Kind of like MVP, you know?
Yes, he has.
The crowd is excited to see Trick, but is Trick excited to see the crowd? I guess Trick doesn't learn any lessons at all from watching
No.
past Sami Zayn matches.
Not at all.
You get too cocky with Sami beats you.
Yep. But it sounded to me throughout all of that as though Trick Williams has signed with SmackDown.
He only said Nick Aldis called him to be on SmackDown. He didn't say anything about signing, though. But it could very well be that case. But speaking of Trick Williams and former partners, Carmelo Hayes, we're looking at the insane match he had with Dragunov last week, and everything that led to Melo taking the championship off of Dragunov.
Yep.
Now, Melo has already confirmed that the United States Open Challenge will continue.
Good.
At least I remember seeing a graphic regarding that last week. And speaking of our U.S. champion, Melo is walking around in that locker room with Dragunov. I mean,
Love it.
again, Melo's not wrong about what he said to The Miz there.
No, he's not.
But here comes the man who attacked Melo last week after winning the U.S. title. One Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
I was thinking about this when we saw Dragunov talking with Melo. Next week, SmackDown is in Berlin.
Yes.
So, maybe Dragunov gets his rematch there. You know, he's a
Potentially.
He's a European wrestler. They're going to Europe. Put Dragunov on that card.
I'm going to go with a little bit of a surprise with this one. I'm going to go and say whether it's for one night only, we get Ludwig Kaiser against Melo.
I'll do you one better. Alex Wright.
But if we're gonna go that way, we need him as Berlin.
No, we need him as just Wunderkind, man. He is from Berlin. He lives in Berlin right now. But right now, guys, we are going to take ourselves a quick commercial break.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos, games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, a potential collaboration, or just to help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Meet the team: Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Perish, and Carl Carafel. Under the host section, get our socials there. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. Hit that join button, send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, how you feel we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective to figure out the right fit. And of course, hit that shop button to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com, get the merch, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
Actually, another thing I was thinking about for a possible contender, and I'm just thinking like history-wise here with the match with SmackDown, sorry, going to Berlin next week. Say his name and he appears would also be a great one.
Absolutely, he would.
And the reason I say that, for the wrestling fans who don't know out there, Joe Hendry made his debut wrestling in Germany.
Yes, he did.
But I get this feeling that if it were Joe Hendry, the Miz would want to interfere, because I don't think the thing between him and Hendry is done yet.
I don't either, but I also think that with what we just saw, as much time as there has been, I don't think what happened with Miz and Mello ever got a proper finish to it either. So
no. Plus, I believe, and it wouldn't be much for him to hop on a plane after it, but I think, does Joe Hendry have a match at New Year's Eve?
Don't think so, but I could be wrong.
I do know he's going into a feud with Dark State, though.
Potentially. I know he's sort of been off and on with that for a little while, as he's been doing that along with the partnering with Thea Hale.
Well, if you watched NXT on Tuesday, he got jumped by Dark State.
Oh, okay.
And then who the hell came out to help him? I gotta look this up. Somebody came out to help him, and I can't remember who it was now.
So, next week, it has been announced, Trick Williams makes his SmackDown debut against Rey Fenix.
Okay. Oh, nobody came out to help Joe Hendry. I thought somebody did. So that's probably going to lead me to believe that over on NXT, Joe Hendry's going to try and find himself a partner and go after Dark State in the NXT tag titles. But that's neither here nor there, as Mello is making his way out for this matchup against Johnny Gargano. Bobby
Love
Stats
that
saying that he's
slight-
enjoying the show. Glad you are, Bobby.
Yes, I love that subtle change to Mello's entrance there with the vertical him coming up the ramp.
Interesting to note that Gargano's out there, and I didn't see Ciampa come out with him.
No, it was just Candice that came out.
Mm-hmm. Melo trying to go right on the attack, or Gargano trying to go right on the attack right away, but Melo about three
Melo
steps ahead of him there.
The past, yep.
This is a Melo that I'm liking. He's a bit more fired up than he usually is.
Yep.
See, this is also what I like about Melo's character. Melo's character is like the rich athlete, right? That's the character I get from him. That rich, always wearing gold athlete. He has found a way to turn that gimmick, which is usually a heel character. He's found a way to turn that heel character into a babyface. Because when MVP tried it, it wasn't it wasn't good.
No.
It was okay, but it wasn't good. Trying to think of other wrestlers who would have tried something like that. Ken Patera tried it in the 80s and it flopped bad.
Yeah.
For him. Although he wasn't the rich athlete, he was more of the Olympic hero. He was the precursor to Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Although not so much being the rich guy, but I mean, Chris Jericho to a point tried to be that flashy guy, come in and.
Oh, the perfect example, Paul Roma.
Yeah.
Paul Roma was awesome as a heel. I loved him with Pretty Wonderful. But then again, I think a lot of that was rubbing off because he was tag teaming with Paul Orndorff. I mean, that guy oozed machismo coming to the ring.
Yep.
Nice spear from Gargano coming back into the ring there.
I still have to admit that I know we're going on to, 9:30 here shortly. But I don't know if I'm ready for that back to 3 hours and carrying till 11.
Well, for you, it'll only be 2 hours of watching this show, but for me, it will be 3 hours at that point. That's why I made the point that at 7 p.m., I went to the grocery store to get myself this. This is the store brand 7-Up for those who don't know. It's got a little bit of caffeine in it, and I'm not much of a caffeine drinker, if you guys must know about that. As OMD drinks something that is very high in caffeine in one Dr. Pepper. The U.S. title is on the line in this match, right? I didn't see it.
They did say that it was for the U.S. Championship.
Okay, sorry. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember seeing the championship flash across the screen or the referee holding up the belt.
I think the ref did. I don't remember seeing it flashed across the screen. And from that segment earlier with Melo and Dragunov, when Dragunov asked, "Are you keeping it going?" Melo said, "Once I put Gargano's jersey in the rafters tonight, then yeah, I'm going to keep it going." So I don't know if it was accidentally announced as a title match or.
Well, I know it was announced last week, but I'm trying to remember if it was announced as a championship match last week. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. Gargano's got the advantage on Little Nate, you should have seen that little bit there where Candice did try to get involved. Well, I think he did. He's talking to her.
Yes, she did get involved.
She tried to, but Little Nate turned around pretty quickly. Excuse me. Oh, what was that, Gargano?
That was a flying flatliner.
I feel like with how often I'm coughing right now, I'm going to flatline, although I don't want to. And all that happened is I got a little bit of like some water just went into the wrong airway. Oh, look at the... Yeah, it feels like with these Dragunov matches that Melo had, like it lit a fire under Melo once again. And
Absolutely, and I love it.
Yeah, him leaving the Miz too, like that really was a smart idea.
Yep.
But I have to wonder, now that now that Dragunov is no longer the U.S. champion, I wonder where we go with him.
With Dragunov, I don't know. And I'm going to again suggest next week for Bash in Berlin, do you maybe unmask and go with Ludwig Kaiser versus Dragunov next week in a special attraction match?
I think that may have to depend on a certain thing I'm hearing about Monday, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
For those that would like to know, there's a rumor that Chad Gable may be making his return.
Yes.
This coming Monday. But we'll have to wait and see how that pans out.
This is one of Gargano's better matches, regardless of whether it's DIY or singles, in a long time, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, DIY's been killing it in the tag team division lately, but this is what I like about this U.S. Open matchup. It's making the U.S. title just as important as Cody's WWE title.
Yep.
But, I mean, the last three champions have now been face, and I've got to see how this pans out. How the U.S. Open Challenge pans out when a heel takes it.
Right? And I know we heard Chelsea Green earlier saying she couldn't do the title defense because she was, such an emotional wreck after the finale of Stranger Things. But we do know that match is supposed to happen tonight, too.
Yeah, Nick Aldis said it's still happening regardless.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, glad I didn't listen to all that promo now. If you mentioned Stranger Things, because I'm going to be starting to watch it here, probably tomorrow.
Right. I have yet to watch it myself, so it might be my next Netflix show to catch up on at work. Oh, what a DDT from Melo.
Hey, Springboard DDT, as it were.
Now, I know we're all anticipating the potential arrival of Chris Jericho on Monday.
Again, another possible rumor. We don't know.
We don't know. Would it not make more sense to have him return tonight where his dad played in the NHL?
I thought his dad was a Ranger.
He was a Ranger and a Saber.
I'm going to say no because Jericho was not born in Buffalo. Haha.
True.
Emphasis on the word born because he was born in Manhasset, New York, which is a borough of the city of New York as a whole.
Yes.
But that's neither here nor there again. And as we're getting a lot of close falls between these two gentlemen. And I keep looking down that aisle because I expect Ciampa to show up.
Right. I'm actually expecting Ciampa to come through the crowd and sneak in the back way.
Mm-hmm. Unless Ciampa's hiding under the ring somewhere.
Yep.
Because it feels like, since Dragunov took the U.S. title, and I guess when Sammy had the title, because that's when they started expressing their interest in going after the U.S. title. But it feels like when you win the U.S. title, you get DIY as well.
Yeah, right. I know it's only been a week, and this is Melo's first official match as the U.S. champ. But I'm really surprised we didn't see a confrontation or a face-to-face yet with Tama Tonga over it.
We could still very well see that. Maybe he shows up after this match. I mean, we have to set up something.
Yep.
Or either Saturday night's main event or...
Is that maybe
Rumble.
where we go with the Dragunov? Is that one-on-one feud with Tama Tonga?
Well, Tama's been another prize that you get when when holding the U.S. title because he's been teasing everybody who's held the title with a potential shot at it in the last few months. And there you go. I think that happens at... I think if Tama Tonga does finally say, hey, I want a shot, I think it happens at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see a little bit more of with these U.S. Open challenges? NXT guys coming in and stepping up and taking the challenge. TNA guys doing the same thing. AAA guys coming in and doing it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Mr. Iguana, per se, coming in and challenging Melo. Actually, I think that match would actually be fantastic.
You know what? I would love to see, just because you went there, Ethan Page come out. So you get the NXT North American Championship versus the U.S. Champion. And yes, just as part of the U.S. Open Challenge, so the title isn't on the line.
Yeah. My brain had a booking idea, but I'm like, no, that's too Vince McMahon just now.
And Gargano is busted open on the nose.
Yeah. But I'm just going to lay it out there. But the booking idea I had was a U.S. Open challenge for the women. I'm like, yeah, that's too Vince McMahon. Because that's just putting too much of a good thing on two separate things, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say this, like, I know we have the Turnbuckle Studios Awards show coming up this Sunday.
This Tuesday, not Sunday.
Okay, this Tuesday. But these matches, typically, the U.S., the Intercontinental titles have always stolen the show each and every week.
Yeah.
These have always been typically the match of the night.
I thought Gargano had it there.
So did I.
I was like, I literally looked over at Gargano and I'm like, okay, it's over here. And then, nope. Sorry, you were, finish your thought there. I apologize there.
I was saying typically these matches have been the match of the night. They've stolen the show each and every time out.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was Sammy, whether it was Dragunov, now whether it's Mello. This has already, like, this for me right now is the match of the night. I do have to assume that the ambulance match tonight is our main event.
The way they've been promoting that match, it's either that or it's going to be Drew McIntyre coming out and talking about which matches to expect in the 3 stages of hell, as Mello has retained the United States title. I'm still looking down that aisle for Ciampa. Candice is not so happy about that. I want to see Candice get back in the ring.
You and me both.
I do like her as a manager, don't get me wrong, because she's doing great. But I really kind of want to see the way become a little bit more of a golden team, I guess you could say. And I say the way because with Candice, DIY becomes the way, I think.
Right.
Even though Ciampa was never really a part of the way.
No, he wasn't.
I guess we're not getting something. Oh, okay. Oh, Nakamura. Interesting. That's interesting. That is very interesting. So we had Tama Tonga, or at least one of the Tongas, standing there watching as Mello took the win.
Yep.
Now, after that, we saw Shinsuke Nakamura walk up to them.
Yes.
Both men speaking to each other in Japanese. We have no idea what was said there. Solo walks up, talks. One of the Tongas asks, "What's the plan with the Wyatt Six?" Solo then says, "I just spoke with Nick Aldis. Next week, there's a 4-on-4 matchup, 8-man tag. I'm going to assume, obviously."
Yep.
And then Solo asked, "What's that about?" To which the Tonga had said, "That's another chapter."
Yeah. No, that was Tama Tonga.
Okay. I still get confused on those two.
I don't blame you.
Just as I usually used to get confused with the Usos, which, by the way, I watched the 2018 Royal Rumble. The Usos were in there when they both looked the same, and I was still confused by who was who.
Yep.
But once again, we've got ourselves to another commercial break, so let's take our commercial break.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Perish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Each and every night of the week, we have something for you here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. The easiest way to check it all out is turnbucklestudios.org.
Hit that shows button and check out all the programming we've got there. OMD, continue on with the ad read.
Yes, go to the host section, meet the team, Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Perish, and Carl Carafel. Get our socials, watch our latest weekly live episodic shows, including the return of the Locker Room Breakdown this coming Monday. Hit the shop button to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com. Get the merch, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. All of those proceeds come back into our studios to deliver you a better experience. And of course, hit that join button. Send us your credentials. Tell us how you can help us, how you think we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure it out. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle Affiliation Program needs.
Now, to add to that commercial, we are entering the WrestleMania season, so expect the PLE Patrol to be a little bit more frequent. With Saturday night's main event, there will be a PLE Patrol for that. The Royal Rumble, there will be a PLE Patrol for that. We know it's in Riyadh, so there's going to be a time TBD on that one. And then, of course, Elimination Chamber, not too far off as well. And, of course, both nights of WrestleMania will be covered by us.
Absolutely, they will.
Also, Backlash in Puerto Rico in May will be
Yes.
covered by us. Puerto Rico. I've always wanted to actually visit Buffalo, not going to lie.
So have I.
Because I actually know some people who live in Buffalo, and they're actually pretty nice. And there's Aleister Black. I just had a thought for this matchup here. Rhea is in the building. Rhea Ripley had an 8-woman tag match earlier tonight. Do you think she comes out to eliminate the threat of Zelina Vega?
I think at some point during this match, we are going to see her, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I was just going to ask, have we seen the 8-woman tag match yet?
Yeah, it was the opening. It was the first match of the night.
Okay.
Oh, there's Jade. This is the one thing I've been looking forward to tonight. Okay, so I'm going to assume up next we're getting the Drew announcement.
That is what it sounded like to me, but I was sort of waiting for a little bit more out of that Cody Sammy segment.
Well, they had to do a slight tease because Sammy did mention can't come out in that promo earlier. Said he wants a shot at a title, a heavyweight title. So it could be Cody,
Yep.
could be Punk, or Braun.
Yep.
But the women's segment just beforehand, that one caught my eye, and that one gave me my first of 5 predictions for the Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay.
In Jordan Grace. And I've got a storyline with that, actually.
Okay.
So, we already begun teasing which roster will Jordan Grace go to.
Yeah.
We can continue that up until the Rumble. Jordan Grace wins the Rumble. Then we get another few weeks till Elimination Chamber. And I know it might be stretching it. We get another few weeks until Elimination Chamber, till Jordan Grace picks which roster she goes to.
Yeah. Well,
and I think there is a way you can do it. And
Yep.
there is a way you can make everybody question it, you know?
Well, because we were supposed to get Mi Chin and Jade Cargill tonight, unfortunately, due to that shoulder injury, Jordan Grace was who I had heard as Jade's opponent on this show. But apparently, we're not going to get the match.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be the case based off that promo.
No.
Because the one thing I've always thought was missing from the winning of the Royal Rumble in the past several years, we found out either that night or like the following Raw or SmackDown who was going to challenge who right away.
Yeah.
I would like to see them build up to like, am I going to go after Jordan Grace? Or
Right.
am I going to go after Jade? Am I going to go after... Who's the women's champion on Raw right now?
Stephanie Vicaire.
Yeah, Stephanie. I want to see that. And with those 3 women, you can do that tease.
Do you know what I would like to see?
What's
And
that?
I know normally we get the winner of the Royal Rumble, as you just said, they make their announcement first, so you know who the Elimination Chamber is for. I'm with you on have the winner of the Royal Rumble hold out until post WrestleMania. Have the winner of the Elimination Chamber issue their challenge first. You can still potentially add the NXT Women's Championship to WrestleMania.
And that's the flip side too, because obviously when Charlotte won her first Royal Rumble, who did she go after? Rhea Ripley in the NXT Women's title.
Yeah.
Maybe we can even throw some teases to say, I'm going to go after Obafemi or Leon Slater, whoever wins that championship match.
You could go with the Reina de Reinas title from AAA.
I was also talking like the men's title too, because even Dom's mega title could very well be on the line there. Okay, who cares? A bunch of basketball players and basketball fans were doing the yeet.
Yep.
And I know people are probably, hey, look, speaking of Obafemi.
Right?
And I know a few fans are going to be like, well, you wouldn't say the same thing about football or hockey. Correction, I would.
Yep.
Because, I am happy to see, like, wrestling crowd chants be transitioned over into other sports. But I don't really need to see that on my WWE TV. I'd rather be, like, in the crowd doing the yeet with everybody else kind of thing at a hockey game. But our WWE champion making his way to the ring, dressed to the nines as he always is. Although lately I've noticed he's been wearing like those plaid pattern suits, and Nick Aldis sometimes does the same thing. So it feels like they rate each other's like wardrobe for their suits, even though I know Aldis is a much bigger man than Cody is.
Yes, but it leads me to believe that there's some sort of collusion there.
Or it could be just that they like shopping at the same suit shop. But what I did do like that tonight, we did see a bunch of men laying their claim to the WWE Championship. I mean, we saw Trick Williams announce that he wants to be a WWE Champion. We saw Sami Zayn announce that. We saw
Yep.
another wrestler announce that, who I won't mention. But it's a wrestler that I've been saying should be going after Cody's title.
Right.
It's a wrestler we all thought was going to go after Cody's title before he got hurt.
Right.
I'm laying clues here. I don't think you're getting them.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that he is going to play a major factor next week in Berlin in 3 Stages of Hell.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a guy that has history with both Cody and Drew.
3 simple letters. That's all it is. Not going to tell you how it happened, though.
But as Cody has the stake and as we await Drew's potential arrival.
Yeah, I'm not muting myself just yet because sometimes Cody milks this whole thing before he says that what do you want to talk about. Oh, he didn't wait this time.
As the European football chants rain down here on Cody in Buffalo, New York. And now he's beginning to milk it.
Mm. But now the other thing I want to say too is I also do like it when other sports chants come into our arena as well. I do enjoy that. But maybe sometimes we need to invent our own chants on our side and not steal what Europe is doing. Well, Cody Rhodes' lunch just appeared on the Titantron. This just turned real. Cody, you got to control yourself, man, if you want this match to happen.
Right? Drew will now be headed back out to the ring.
There he is. Now he's going to probably throw that in the trash
And burn it.
Yeah, I was just going to say. You know, there's nothing stopping any of Cody's friends from helping him by attacking Drew.
No, there isn't.
I mean, we mentioned Orton earlier. He's reaching for a lighter or something. Oh, a Zippo. Well, same thing.
Yep. But we know now a straight wrestling match, falls count anywhere, and then in Drew's own words, an old school steel cage match.
Yeah, that leads me to believe, just because again, when it comes to the WWE promos lately, you got to pay attention to the wording. And he said old school steel cage, and I understand that any steel cage match can be old school, but what if it is the metal bars that come back, the old big blue steel cage?
What I have been pining for years.
What I haven't been pining for years, because I'm concerned about wrestlers' safety, and a lot of wrestlers have said that those blue cages sucked.
Yeah.
But right now, we've gone to yet another commercial break, so it's time for us to take another commercial break.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafell.redbubble.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, that website is carlcarafell.redbubble.com for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise. Wear what we wear. Support your favorite shows. Support your favorite podcasters. Head on over to carlcarafell.redbubble.com. And remember, all of the proceeds come back into our studios to give you a better experience. To go to carlcarafell.redbubble.com, all you got to do is type the address into your search bar, or of course, smash the link over at turnbucklestudios.org for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Meet the team: Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Perish, and Carl Carafell under the host section. Get our socials, watch our latest weekly live episodic shows, and of course, hit the join button, send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure out the best fit. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, along with carlcarafell.redbubble.com for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
There's a part of me that was kind of thinking outside the box with this whole Jade Cargill and who she's going to take on tonight. My brain, for some reason, and I thought I heard something about her in AEW recently, but my brain went to Saraya as well.
That would be intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think if we are getting that Saraya Page return, that's either going to be Monday or at the Royal Rumble.
But like I said, I think, and I got to double check, I thought I heard something about her signing something new with AEW, so I'm not certain on that. I got to double check that.
I know she just made an appearance at a hometown show back over in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Now, there is one caveat I think I would have introduced to this. I think if I was going to do it where both wrestlers cannot touch each other, I would have put it so that if Drew were to touch or punch Cody, he doesn't get his title match.
Yeah.
But next SmackDown, 3 Stages of Hell for the undisputed WWE Championship in Berlin at 8 p.m. Eastern.
There we go.
Okay, so it is an 8-man tag. And, well, the only one that won't be participating are going to be Solo and Nikki, possibly.
Yep.
Ray Phoenix and Trick Williams should be a fantastic match as well.
Yes.
And here we go with Chelsea Green and Giulia for the United States Women's Championship.
Now, does this become a situation where Chelsea gets into the ring, but then deliberately does everything she can and gets herself counted out quickly?
If that's the case, then Kiana James has got to get on the ball and throw her back in the ring. Or if she wants to successfully do that, Alba Fire takes out Kiana James.
Yeah.
But Giulia, being as smart as she is, Corey Graves is standing at the announce table with his hand over his heart. I love it. But Giulia's smart enough to know that if Chelsea's going to do that, Giulia herself would jump out of the ring and throw her back in as well.
Yep.
At the same time, Kiana's also smart enough to know that Alba Fire will attempt to try and get involved. But at the same time, we don't know the whereabouts of Piper Niven and if she's going to be coming back soon.
Right?
There's a lot of things that are floating around with this match.
Yes, there are. The other thing we have to ask is, depending on Piper Niven, has Chelsea found herself a new member for the Secret Service?
Yeah, she's well, she hasn't been doing it lately, but she's been on a recruiting mission.
Yep.
And I did think that, like, even though it seems clear that with Jordan Grace coming to the main roster, it's clear she's going to be a babyface for one thing. But when I saw that pairing with her and Chelsea and Alba Fire in the locker room, I kind of thought that Jordan Grace would have been a good addition as a member of the Secret Service.
Yeah.
Then you could do that. You could have Alba Fire and Jordan Grace maybe go after the women's tag titles and then whatever. But then somewhere down the line, when there's cracks in the foundation that are starting to form with the Secret Service, that's where you turn Jordan Grace babyface, and then she goes into a feud with Chelsea over whichever championship Chelsea could be holding at that time.
Right.
But Chelsea is not leaving the ring, and Giulia is just kicking the crap out of her.
And Giulia very slowly, poignantly stalking Chelsea.
Alba Fire turned to Corey Graves because she heard him say, "Do something, Alba."
Yep.
I was gonna say, Kiana, if I were you, I would have actually been circling around the other side, so that you're cornering both Chelsea and Alba Fire. Julia, you need to stop being distracted by Alba and get in the. That's why you don't get distracted by Alba. You take a.
You take a beautiful torpe from Chelsea.
Yeah. And I get Kiana not getting involved because she doesn't want to get Julia disqualified in this situation. That was a pretty hard-looking knee to the chin.
Yes, it was.
Oh. I like how Julia's wrestling with this intensity, like she's desperate enough that she wants that United States title back around her waist.
Yeah. The fact that, yes, she got Chelsea out of the ring, but even the ref really didn't keep going with the count.
No, he jumped out to make sure that Chelsea got back in the ring, and I think, well, to check on both women as well.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a sloppy pin there, Julia.
Yep. Same with the second one.
Well, I think the second one is because she's just toying with Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
Which now leads me to believe that Chelsea might retain here.
Mm-hmm. I've got it. R-Truth to join the Secret Harvest.
I don't know. I think R-Truth may need a few days off after that match with Gunther on Monday.
Right?
I've been trying to figure this out for the longest time about what Julia's wrestling style reminds me of, and it just came to me. She reminds me of Bull Nakano.
Yeah.
Bull Nakano used to wrestle like this very, very technical style with
Yep.
a mix of power. And that's what I see in Julia's matches. Because Bull Nakano can stretch you every which way. She even had that very creative submission where she would basically cross your legs, put it over her leg, and then lift you by the back and stretch you with all of your limbs by that.
Yep.
And Julia, again, she's found different ways to twist you and stretch you as well.
Yep.
But when it comes to the power game, Julia is not afraid to match power with you at the same time.
No, she's not. And we're
again-
seeing a little bit of that Japan strong style here because a lot of people may not realize the amount of time that Chelsea spent competing in Japan for Stardom.
Which again, Julia was there as well
Yeah.
before she went over to Marigold with Rossi Ogawa. And maybe that's why they have such good dynamic, because I feel like I read somewhere that Julia and Chelsea have wrestled each other over there as well.
Probably.
There was actually a lot of Japanese representation on this show, and I'm all for it. Where's the referee? Oh, Kiana's distracting. Interesting. I didn't see Kiana jump up.
I didn't either, and that was right after Chelsea hit the Rough Rider.
But now Kiana's been taken out of the picture.
Don't waste time, Chelsea.
Chelsea's not one for jumping off the top rope, so I can understand why she's having a hard time right now. Double arm superplex. Or double underhook. Same name, same way of executing it.
And Guillia.
With Giulia's the United States champion.
Yes, with a dominant victory. Perhaps the closest thing we've had to a squash match in a long time.
You mean since the Kit Wilson match earlier tonight?
True enough.
Which, funny enough, involved her husband, Chelsea's husband. But I do see where this is going. We're going to get Karen Chelsea again. Chelsea's going to be like, I'm going to complain to the manager about the referee kind of deal.
Yep.
And there's going to be a rematch. And it's probably going to be at Saturday night's main event.
Probably.
Because I don't think it's going to be on the at the Rumble. That's going to be interesting these next few weeks to see how they're going to build to both shows.
Yeah.
But now here's what I want to see out of this Giulia run with the United States title. I want to see more defenses out of her.
Yeah.
None of this, and I think she got hurt during her first run, so we'll give her a little bit of benefit of the doubt on that one. But I want to see her like show up every week with the belt, go out, defend it, or even just have a match against a potential contender, that sort of thing.
Charlotte and Alexa step in and ask for a women's tag title match, stating they are next in line after this coming Monday.
Well, let's correct you on that one. Charlotte demanded. Alexa asked. We got another Aleister Black promo. I'm ready for you to come out and have your match. From violence, only violence is born.
Rather than dying down.
Becomes more Frenzied.
Brutality.
We sound like we're doing a a Calvin Klein commercial here.
Right?
We got to clip that. But yeah, these two gentlemen have been putting on banger matches for the better part of the last 6 months.
Yes. Now, I would think that this match has to be the blow-off to this feud.
Yeah, because I think after this, both men have to turn their attention to the Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
Because I don't see them having a match at the Royal Rumble or on Saturday night's main event.
No.
And here's how I see this panning out if it is in the Royal Rumble match. So this is more of a babyface thing, so I'm going to say, let's say Aleister Black takes the win tonight.
Right.
Aleister Black can now turn his attention to the Royal Rumble match because before, when he thought he was done with Damien Priest, he had mentioned wanting to get a shot at Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So while he's in the Rumble, maybe he comes in, does that 30 seconds where he gets his stuff in, and maybe even more than 30 seconds. We'll say a minute, and then because it's every 90 seconds, Damien Priest makes his way to the ring. And I'm saying this because let's say after tonight, Damien Priest gets taken off TV until the Rumble, so we see him returning at the Rumble.
Yeah.
And then Damien comes in. They have their thing. It's a reminder of what they did do. But then we see Damien throw Aleister out, and Damien gets his last laugh out of that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Damien goes in and wins the Rumble afterwards, but that's a spot that I'm thinking could happen.
Right.
It could happen on the heel side too, but it that kind of stuff works better when it's a baby face.
Yeah.
But it's time for us to take another commercial break, guys. So take a look at what we've got coming up this week for you guys.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Perish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. All of the weekly programming coming up for you each and every night of the week here at Turnbuckle Studios and turnbucklestudios.org. Head over to the host section and meet the team. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Perish, and Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows, like I said earlier, including the return of the Locker Room Breakdown this coming Monday. Get our socials. Communicate with us out in the open world. Go to the shop button and head over to carlcarafel.redbubble.com. Get your merch, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters. Wear what we wear. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress this enough. Hit the join button and send us your credentials. Tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can figure it out from there. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, for all your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs.
Okay, not gonna lie, the two Statue of Liberties with the trading lights there, that's pretty cool.
Right?
Oh yeah, I forgot Gargano still has Axiom's mask. Or one of Axiom's mask. Speaking of Axiom and his mask.
A mask on a pole match.
It doesn't make sense to me that they would have that match considering Axiom has another mask.
Right?
Here's how I would have done that with after Gargano's stolen that mask. Have Axiom show up the next week wearing a mask, but it's not his mask, it's maybe some hand-me-down mask that he's wearing to protect his identity. Then you explain how sacred the actual Axiom mask is to him. I guess we're not getting that Cargill match because
No.
right now it's the ambulance match. Wow.
Yep.
I did like the tease of a possible Jordan Grace match with Jade earlier, though.
Yep.
So honestly I've had chances to listen to Zelina's promos since pairing with Aleister Black. Gotta say, I love her. I love her promos.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right?
I love that she's gone back to being a heel because her babyface promos, while I did enjoy her in ring as a babyface, she was a bit vanilla on her promos. There's nothing wrong with vanilla. I like vanilla yogurt, so. There's something that tells me, though, that if this whole thing that everybody seems to think that Karrion Kross might be coming back to the WWE, that if he does come back, it's going to be to feud with Aleister Black.
That would be intriguing. With the way things are going right now for him, I just don't see it.
He's only been wrestling just the way Zack Ryder has, just hasn't been winning championships elsewhere. And I could see it because basically what Aleister Black and Zelina Vega are doing are what Scarlett and Killer Cross were doing.
Yep. However, Killer Cross did just pick up a tap-out victory over the weekend over the reigning MLW champion.
Yeah, and he's already been announced to compete in Battle Riot this year too, so.
Yeah. Was that Zelina's lipstick, or did she add a piercing to her lower lip?
I don't know, I was looking at the stripes on her nose, to be honest with you. Yep, Aleister Black doing exactly what I would be doing.
Absolutely, jumping the shark, so to speak.
But on the other side, he has done nothing but piss off Damien Priest over the last few weeks. And Damien, I mean, he's ready to move past this.
Yep.
And immediately they're going out to the ambulance at ringside, or on the stage there.
Yes. Now, we do have to ask, is there going to be the potential of somebody waiting in there a little bit later on?
Yeah, I like how you worded it a little bit later on, because you said that as Aleister Black was opening up the ambulance. Rodin in that thing too many times over the last little while.
And there comes the gurney into play.
I've Rodin on those things too many times. Although, I gotta say, with the thin mat, they are actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
But Damien, Zelina blocking off the doors there.
Yep.
But if there is somebody who would be hiding in there, on whose side would they be, and who would they be attacking? That's the question that remains there.
Right. Well, as you suggested earlier, potentially Rhea Ripley to assist Damien Priest.
You know when Nakamura was doing that Dark Samurai gimmick there?
Yep.
When he was doing that gimmick, I feel like he could have been a fit to be a possible tag team partner with Aleister Black.
Oh, absolutely. That was impressive there from Damien Priest, climbing up the ropes.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking to go old school.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Punishment Martinez, because
No,
that
I
would
know.
be old school. Still can't believe up until like a year or so, a year and a half ago, I didn't know that Damien Priest was Punishment Martinez.
Yep. I'm even going to suggest another name to potentially help a Damien Priest in this situation would be another guy from New York City, from the streets of New York, from the borough of Brooklyn, and that would be Mike Santana. Now, to help Aleister,
Gangrel shows up.
right?
I mean, the only people I could think of that could help that would fit with Alistair's gimmick is the Judgment Day or the
Right.
Wyatt Six. But the Wyatt
Right.
Six are baby faces. I see them fighting Aleister Black, to be honest with you.
If I'm, I like where you're thinking, and I've got two suggestions in that regard. One being Dark State.
I was going to say Dark State comes up. Maybe he's revealed as the leader of Dark State or something.
Or the Culling.
Ooh, I do like Sean Spears being with him. I like that pairing. But I have a thing with Sean Spears in this year's Royal Rumble, and I think it's going to be awesome and hilarious at the same time. Sean Spears comes in at number 10.
Yeah. Well, I knew that's exactly where you were going. But he's going to come in as Sean Spears of the Culling and not.
Yeah, not Ty Dillinger, but it would still be a nice little throwback because when he was Ty Dillinger, the 2 Royal Rumbles he competed in, well, one, he did come in at number 10. The following year, he was supposed to come in at number 10, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn took him out, and Sami Zayn ended up coming in at number 10.
Yeah.
But it would just be that nice little throwback to when he was the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger.
Yeah. What about a Josh Briggs?
Yeah, I could see that. You know what, though? Speaking of him, as right now, Damien Priest is just taking over this match right now. I've been watching a lot of the Attitude Era Raws. You've probably seen me mention it the other day when we were talking about some Netflix news the other day in the news chat. I've been watching a lot of the Attitude Era Raws, and very heavily in '98 they featured a lot of the stuff that the DOA were doing. And I've been watching that lately, and I'm like, throughout these shows, I'm like, okay, who of this current roster could make it as part of like whichever stable would be in the Attitude Era? Like, I thought of like Cruz del Toro for Las Boricuas, that sort of thing.
Right.
And I came to the conclusion that Josh Briggs could have been a great member of DOA.
Yeah.
Because he's got that biker look. He already dresses like he's a biker, so.
Yep.
Oh, it's Aleister.
Hornswoggle. Dark Swoggle to pair with Aleister Black.
It's funny you mentioned that when Aleister was looking underneath the ring for something.
That's exactly why I went there.
The one fan trying to hand off the Buffalo Bills title to him.
What about a guy we've just seen make his return and really have no clear allegiance in a Tony D'Angelo?
I could see that, but there's still just that part of me that wants to see D'Angelo bring back the D'Angelo family. I really liked what they were doing with that Mafia stuff. They could have taken, and I know they're doing it with Solo, because the whole Solo thing right now feels very Mafia-like now to me as well. I really wish they would have kept Tony with that, and I know that they had to separate Stax and I forget the other guy who was with them.
Luca Crucifino.
Yeah.
And Adriana Rizzo.
Yeah, but didn't she get released?
Nope.
Oh, I thought she got released.
No, they just really, I don't even think she's hurt. I just think that once they put her into hiding as the D'Angelo family was falling apart.
They're repackaging them.
Yeah.
But what is Damien going to do here? What's Aleister? Okay, needed the side of the chin there.
Yep.
I like how
What about, to help Aleister, what about bringing the Viking Raiders over from Raw and turning them?
Well, that'd be hard to do because everybody already likes them as they are.
And they have that tag history with Priest.
Mm-hmm. It's just everything about those two guys screams babyface. But right now, Aleister struggling to get to his feet. Damien down on the mat. The referee stepping outside. Oh, because the action's coming to the outside now.
And Aleister struggling to pull Damian Priest out of the ring.
Well, Damien's a bigger guy than Aleister. Directing Zelina to go do something.
Zelina's going to get the gurney.
Yeah, the stretcher there. Well, I guess that's how you're gonna carry. You got to carry a big guy like Damien down.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. That's like, I'm gonna go old school again. That's like when Hulk Hogan had his stretcher match against Earthquake.
Yep.
In order to win, he had to bring the stretcher all the way down to ringside because there was no way Hogan was gonna lug a dead-weighted Earthquake up the aisle to get the stretcher.
What a meteora there from Aleister Black.
I'm surprised that stretcher didn't flop out the other way with the uneven mass displacement there.
Yeah, and the one wheel is actually completely gone on the gurney. And Aleister still directing Zelina to go and get something else from under the ring.
Don't know why you would do that, Aleister, because if you're planning to wheel him down that aisle, I'd bring that chair with you just to be sure.
I like what Aleister's doing here, though, staying behind Priest.
See, Aleister, that's why I would bring the chair. I know you're delivering elbows to his head, but I'd bring the chair with me. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen kendo sticks come out yet.
Right?
Excuse me. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a bag of tools down there that I'm pretty sure Aleister can grab weapons out of too.
Yep.
By the way, swinging those things, man, Those are heavy as hell. I've tried lifting one at the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
once.
And as Zelina opens it, here comes...
Yeah, there she is. And Mommy's coming to get you.
There went Zelina's nails.
Yeah. They're falling off all over the place. That was a different looking riptide. Well, Zelina jumped up, went up pretty high on that one.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. Damien is still dead on the stage there.
Yes.
Not that this would make any sense, but what if Rhea turned on Damien in this match?
It's possible. It's something that I have been pushing for a while. But with the title shot coming up this coming Monday, I just don't see it.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense considering this is only just something that Rhea's doing to help Damien out. This isn't a feud that she's in.
Right.
Because she's more concerned right now with her and Io and going after the tag team titles.
What I could see is that miscalculation, and then you get that heel turn coming up during that tag title match on Raw.
Yeah, I don't know if I want everybody turning on Io. Like, that's way too many people turning on Io.
Yeah, I know. But then we get the same thing if it was Io turning on Rhea.
Yeah. And that's what united them, was everybody turning on them. I could see them both turning heel together.
Yeah.
Not necessarily right now, because currently, in my personal opinion, out of all the babyface tag teams, the battle for the top babyface tag team on the women's side has to be between Charlotte and Alexa and Io and Rhea.
Yeah.
I've got that style of crutch in my storage closet right now. Actually, no, it's right here. It's right beside me. I just haven't put it away since the last time I sprained my ankle. You know what I would like to see, and it's possible we get it, well, not there, but it's possible we get it in this match. I want to see an ambulance match where both men end up fighting each other inside the ambulance.
Right? I've got it. Rikishi's going to come out and interfere on Aleister's Black's behalf because he did it for The Rock.
Oh.
We got a little bit of turnabout here.
I was just going to talk about Kane and Shane McMahon's ambulance match, and then we get Fire. Because that's still one of my most favorite ambulance matches, was those two at Survivor Series in 03. Yep. And that's it. Well, we just seen Damian Priest close the door. Why? Because he's not done beating up Aleister Black.
No, he's not.
But he is looking around for something else. And he's going... Oh, I thought he was going back to the gorilla position. What is this? It's a table, but what the heck is on it? That's what I want to know.
Braun Strowman to return and help Aleister Black. Please no.
Oh. Please, yes. You know me, I like Braun Strowman.
I know.
Actually, I like Braun Strowman's show. Yeah, the new episodes for Braun's show are are being released currently on the YouTube WWE channel and on USA Network, and it's actually pretty good. For those who don't know what it is, think Guys, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but with Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Better yet, if you watch a lot of food eating challenges, think of Randy Santel, but with Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does. He goes to all these restaurants and he takes on food challenges, or he just eats everything on the menu.
Yeah.
But these men are still continuing to beat each other up here. And I mean beat each other up. This has been a violent feud between these two men for, like I mentioned earlier, the better part of 6 months.
Yep.
This is a match that if we were going to have Hell in a Cell last year, this is a match that I thought could go inside Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you are going to do what I wanted you to do. Razor's Edge right through that glass.
Yep.
See, Jack Perry? That was not real. That was not real glass. Aleister
Right.
Black is fine. Had to make that dig at Jack Perry.
They're going.
They're going up top now.
Oh, is he going to go for the Razor's Edge from the top of the ambulance through that table?
Oh yeah, that table is set up on the other side there, eh?
Or is this where we get the South of Heaven choke slam?
I was just gonna say South of Heaven sounds more likely. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I'm getting there.
Or just push him off onto the table, I guess.
Yep.
It wasn't really a South of Heaven. But Damien's probably going to dive off with an elbow himself. Or, okay, he's going to... Or is he? Oh, no, he's climbing down.
He's climbing
playing it
down.
Smart. Yeah, he's playing it smart. I would have gone South of Heaven, but...
All right, so who's in there now? It's the Boogeyman.
It's locked.
Yes, it is.
The side entrance. Oh, he's going to use the side entrance to put him in. That's smart.
Yep.
By the way, oh. Okay, now it's unlocked. Oh, wait. I think for safety measures, there's certain ways you got to lock it. But here's the thing. This is what I think of. If you're closing both those doors, yeah, there you go, Damien. Go and close that side door. But now you've given Aleister time to relax. But don't taunt. What are you doing?
He closed the door.
With authority.
Yes, he did.
I was going to say, if he was going to close those two back doors and just leave that side door open, technically the match is still going on.
Yep.
I mean, I think to another degree the match is still going on because the passenger side door is still open. Yeah, I'm going to point out some things here. But Damian Priest takes the, I don't want to say dominant win, but winning the win with authority on that one.
Yep. Certainly wasn't a dominant win. This was a hell of an ambulance match, and definitely probably better than the last one I watched.
I don't even remember the last one I watched. I think the last one I do remember is the Kane and Shane McMahon one.
No, the last one I remember and I watched was in NXT, and it was Ridge Holland and Andre Chase.
Oh, that's probably why I don't remember that one. As much as I do like Ridge Holland and Andre Chase, I didn't like that feud.
No.
But Damien taking the win, so maybe we see Aleister off TV for a couple weeks. I firmly think he's going to be at the Rumble.
I do too. And I'm amazed that we didn't get, like, once we got Rhea Ripley, I'm glad that that was all we got. We didn't get the overbooking. And Damian Priest going back and using the Archer of Infamy signal.
He's done that a few times over the last little while now. Whenever he's picked up a win, he's done that to shoot at the opponent, not at the Titantron like he used to.
Ah.
But here's something. Damien might be one of my male picks to win the Rumble. Might be.
I was leading to that earlier tonight myself.
But we've wrapped up this show. We've come to the end. It's time to get out them socials and what we thought about the show tonight. So OMD, let everybody know where they can find you and what you thought about the show.
Oh, fantastic show. Really no lulls, although, you know, it's an adjustment now going back to the 3 hour, even though I was about 45 minutes late. For me, though, my match of the night was still the U.S. Championship match, Carmelo Hayes and Johnny Gargano. Really, little bit of a letdown on not getting that Jade Cargill match with a supposed mystery opponent. But a great show nonetheless. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find me out there on the socials, all you got to do is head to turnbucklestudios.org and go to the host section where you can get my Linktree, linktr.ee/OMDshow. And I will be back on Monday night with the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Mr. Best.
There we go. I was waiting for you to lead me in there. I thought tonight's show was enjoyable, is where I'll say. It wasn't necessarily great. It wasn't necessarily like, holy cow, wow, where's everything going? It was a great way to set up what's to come for the next 363 days. I say 363 because it's a great jumping point for the rest of 2026. There are still some gripes I do have with Lash Legend. You guys know I've been pointing this out the last little while. Lash Legend just needs to, in OMD, you'll see this when you go back and watch the 8-woman tag. She just needs to upgrade, up her intensity a little bit, work a little bit of a faster pace than what she has been doing in the ring. That's just a personal gripe with me that I have with her. The Gargano Melo match was great. It was a great first defense for Melo. I need to know where Melo is going next with this. I'm kind of ready for the US Open Challenge not to go away. I want to see the Open Challenge be challenged for a pay-per-view at some point. So we might be getting that with Tama Tonga, but I expect that to be at a Saturday night's main event. I fully 100% think that's where we're going with Tama Tonga at this point. For our first 3 hours, everything seemed to flow very nicely, and it was a little bit of a slower pace than what we got with the 2 hours, because when we had the 2 hours, it felt like bang, 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 everything. Like, okay, we finished with Lash Legend and Nia Jax. Now we're on to Johnny Gargano, like seconds later. And that's what I really enjoyed about that, was the slower pace to let everything fester from what we've seen previously to what we're getting next. I liked that.
Right.
But if you guys want to find me on my socials, guys, all you got to do is just look up my Linktree, which is linktr.ee/Chris_best83. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. First time in a long time. Live Saturday Night Gaming. Be there or be square. And OMD, what are those famous words we like to go out on?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time since I've said this. Please remember, the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are. Good night. Good luck. We out.
I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow.
Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd.
Pressure is your best enemy. Spotlight show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack. You just